name is Przemysław Wiszewski, and I came from Poland, University of Wrocław. Few words today about the research on multi-ethnic societies in medieval times, but let me start with a small anecdote. I was brought up in a small town in Silesia, that's the small borderland region between Poland, Czechia, and Germany. And in this small town, we are living together with a majority of Russians, or Russian soldiers from the nearby airport. Well, those times, there were 70s and 80s, we tolerate each other. Well, if there were some kind of violent struggle, they were during the times of political tensions. More than that, we are living in a town that was basically from the cultural point of view, or when we are living at these monuments and material culture, it was of German origin. So that was a perfect multi-ethnic character of surroundings when I was brought up. But I didn't even realize that it was multi-ethnic. It was just a natural ecosystem for me. And then I started my study, and I've learned that for many of my professors, the past and this material culture around us was divided on Polish and German. And then Russians, they were just people from the outsides. They were enemies, more or less. And this whole setup, this whole ecosystem of culture, of different languages, it just disappeared. Everything remains as it was before, but then the meanings changed. Then was 89, democratization in Poland, and again, the whole structure, the whole past that we are taught changed. I started my study, then I started my own research, but still I was struck by the major narrative that there was general conflict between Poles and Germans in medieval times in Silesia and, neighboring countries. But the sources, they didn't prove that. So how was it possible that in general narrative of even 90s of the last century, this narrative of conflict survived? Then I've learned about the coexistence of Christians and Jews, and again, from the sources, I can read periods, long stretches of peaceful cooperation. But from my books, it was evident that Christians always despised and fought with Jews. But again, that was not what I've read in the sources. So, after the period of various research fields I've visited, I focused on multi-ethnicity. How, in the multi-ethnic societies, in one polity, people cooperated. Or sometimes, how did it happen that the conflict did start? Together with my friends from different European universities, and especially with Professor Subscriu-te from the University, we started a major project financed by Polish Ministry of Science. Results of it will be publishing, and partly they were published by the prepots. But nevertheless, we tried to grasp the mechanisms of cooperation, how different ethnicities cooperated together in economic lives, in the cultural life, how did they share the culture, how did they influence together, how was it possible that sometimes conflicts really started. Political life was crucial and is crucial for cooperation, for mutual cooperation of different ethnicities in one ethnic polity, in one polity with shared borders, with shared mechanisms of political life. But there is still much to do in our research, and I hope we will continue it. Because Europe nowadays is facing a great challenge. From one hand, European Europe, Poland included, wanted to be, such multi-ethnicity, multinational political organisms cooperating together, strong, cohesive. From the other hand, we've got so many problems with migrations. I'm not sure if we are ready for the results of these processes, and therefore we should make research on the past. We should learn from the past, because in the past, especially in the medieval times, cooperation between multi-ethnic societies, between many societies of multi-ethnic character, not only were possible, but they were done on general, everyday basis, and we have to learn from that.